Okay, what'd you just say? What'd you just say? Quick, make it quick. John wants me. Roy, hi, Roy. Roy Orbison is here with the rest of the brethren. Good morning, mother and father. Happy Sunday, everyone. Good morning, Christopher.
Hey, good morning.
Even though we've been cooking in the kitchen with you, and you know, this is a formal good morning. Good morning. You're standing far apart from me. What happened there? All right. Oh, gee, he's becoming like He's making his Dr. Smith voice. I know. Hi, Hiram. You notice that too? He gets Dr. Smithy. Yeah. Gets nervous. Hi, Sandy. Hey. So Roy Orbison is here this morning, and he's helping us figure out. Well, he's showing me the chords. You're crying. So now I was just going to try to, finish working on it. And John said, "Why aren't you taping this?" And Lena said, "It takes all the joy out of it for me." Really? I did say that. I know I did. And he wanted me to say it again. So I said, it kind of does. Taping it is taking the joy out of it for me. You've turned a corner, you know that, right? Uh-huh. Because, it's like, you're doing it just for us and not for anybody else. Right. Yes. That's turning a corner, Blanche. Yeah. And that's a big deal. But you mean not doing it for an audience, right? Like a film crew or something that, our little meager. You can call it a meager film crew. It's not that meager. Come here, honey. I need you right next to me here. Come here. I love you in that shirt. Okay. So, how's it going? It's going great. So I said, come on, Lena, you have to tape it because, what the fuck? And there's the horn. Right. Don't start cursing now. I'm not. She's a nasty, nasty woman, but I love her. All right. So let's just go. Whatever you know. Roy will try to fill in and help you. It all depends on how much you got your channel open. All right. I was all right. Now you see, it didn't sound good because you sounded better before. Right. I was all right for a while. Till you asked me to do this. I was all right. I was all right for a while. I could smile for a while. Then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight, and you brought. We don't know these lyrics. But what you didn't see was when you turned away, that I was basically. But that's the right chord progression. I just don't have the sections right. There's one section that it hangs on, that C, right? Yeah. But you got the body of it real good. How does it sound, Christopher? Right? Yeah, it's sounding good. All right, so basically, I see what you do. Every day that you get me out here, you make me learn chords to another song, and that's good. It does get me out of my miserable zone. Yeah. Gorgeous day, gorgeous sunny day here. All right, we have to go inside and do some furniture lifting. All right, don't tell me that. All right. Did you want to pull a card for Sandy, or well, Sandy, you go ahead. Well, I'm looking at that crystal right there, the big purple amethyst.
Sandy, what are you doing here?
You know what? It's about time. Is that a good morning? I'm just curious. All right. Jesus Christ. That's my twin flame, folks. Mr. Friendly. Mr. Friendly over there. What am I doing here? So, I'm not getting in the middle of this. That's toxic, Sandy. That's toxic. That's bad mojo. Got my mojo working.
Sandy, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
here?
right. Sure. Don't start in with her right now. Oh, that's fine. I can handle myself. I'm fine. All right. Fine as wine, chickadee. Yeah. Your daughter's doing a nice job on. I don't care about Facebook, and neither should you. But you did a good job. Yes, at John's request, we've put feelers out to the family of little Daniel Barden, an incarnation of John's from 2005 through 2012. Mm-hmm. So we are connecting with these people. And what's weird about it, again, just to recap, little Daniel was John reincarnated in this life. And he was one of the victims, the shooting victim of the Sandy Hook massacre. And he's a very artistic little child whose father is a pretty happening musician. Plays with people like Sheryl Crow, Jimmy Vivino. He's a session man. He's been a musician since the time he was real young. All of his kids, including little Daniel, were musicians. They all had a band together. Danny was the drummer. Danny, a.k.a. Johnny. Mm-hmm. And then the little one was shot, and along with 20 classmates and 7 teachers killed in Connecticut schoolhouse. And so I had no idea about this guy, Mark Barden, Daniel's father, that he was this happening musician that has used his platform and his heartbreak over losing his son to fight for more gun control. A lot of the same way that kind of Harry Nilsson did after John was killed. You know, he's a spokesperson for, and he does benefit concerts all the time for it. And he just put out a documentary about Daniel's life and death and how it affected his family and all the other families. And it's called A Father's Promise. It just came out. So again, John just guided me to all this shit. And all this stuff is just like part of my education about my twin flames previous incarnation. Just after he was Lennon, a few years after he was Lennon, good decade or two. But yeah, it took me that long to be ready to come back down. I knew I wanted to be a musician, and I made the decision that was the family that looked really, I wanted a really great family. I was the youngest child. I was really loved and cherished, and really, it was a beautiful, beautiful life as Daniel. Right. So, so this guy is easy to get in touch with because he's out there and he's on Facebook, and now they know about us. And what's weird about this is I haven't watched the documentary yet. That's today, by the way. All right, we have the documentary to watch about Daniel Barden. But what I saw in the liner notes describing the documentary, John Lennon and Yoko Ono are featured in this documentary prominently. So I don't know what the story is with that, whether they'll be doing some of your music in this documentary. Well, that's why we would turn it on and see. But yeah, Yoko, I'm guessing she's featured because of the gun control thing, and John he was that kid, but this family is only finding that out now because of our videos. And it's making sense to everyone. Yeah. Because they said that this kid, Daniel, was a really highly in tune. He only lived to be 7, but he was a great peacemaker. He was an empath. He worried about everyone's feelings. He worried about the world. He worried about nature. He really wanted to do things he was started very young as like a little, give peace a chance guy. And that was his nature. And they said it was so strong in him and it was striking. And everyone in his family said, well, this kid's an angel. That's what happened. He went back home. But they didn't know that he was John, but they're finding it out now. So this is exciting to be part of this, through my psychic gifts and my connection with John. And John is very excited because he's being reconnected with a family that he loved very much and was their son for 7 years. And he chose them very carefully to be his parents before he came back down. And they're very, very fucking happening people. Like groovy fucking folks, yeah. The kind of parents everybody would wish they had, yeah. Now, I said I'm going to pick some winners this time around because boy, oh boy, yeah. God bless Julia and Freddie, but they just weren't, whatever. They were whatever. They did all right. How's it going? All right, come on. We got to do that while our physical strength is up a little bit. All right. Oh God, it's okay. We'll be good. Oh, so Sandy, but what were you saying about before I was interrupted by my twin flame? Yeah, the amethyst realm. We're looking at that big amethyst chunk over there. You're entering some very, very crazy territory right now. So I'm going to pick a rune later when you've had a moment to relax. I'd like to pick a rune. Why don't you? Okay, let's pick it now. Sandy. You guys, you always put me to work. Yeah, you're out here with the runes. You don't always use the actual pieces. She's right. I got these gorgeous runes from John many, many, many moons ago. 2 of them just came out. Let's see what we got. I was going to say this was Gabo, but it's not. We'll talk about them later, but here they are. Take a picture of them. Take a picture. It lasts longer. And this one, this one I know is movement and getting places, exactly. And the other one I believe is partnership, but yeah. Yeah, movement and partnership. Where is that M? And this one stands for partnership. And it looks like a branch, like a tree, and a branching off. So yeah, it's like how you have this big giant tree and all these little branches coming off the sides, and each one has a job, and each one has leaves to bear, and each one is just as important as that tree. But the tree nurtures them, and the tree, am I right? That sounds good to me. Let's go. All right. Thanks, Sandy. No problem.